the actual act of getting the girl to come home with me, yes, sometimes it can be difficult. The reality is that if you ran the interaction even better and she was more into you up front and she was chasing you a little bit more and she was more emotionally wrapped up in you, she's gonna be a lot more inclined to come home with you. And the pull itself won't be that difficult. For example, last weekend, ran a really good interaction. Really, really good. It's the end of the night. The girl's friend had came up to me and said, "Did you get my girl's number?" I said, "No, I actually didn't yet." Once she asked me, I said, "What are you guys up to later?" The friend literally said, "Honestly, I'm down for whatever my girl wants to do." At that point, it's pretty much just on me to lead. Because here's the reality though, is like, let's say I didn't run that good of a set. The girl wouldn't have been as into me. The friend would have realized she's not that into me. She would have never came over to blatantly ask if I got her phone number. But not only that, she wouldn't have felt comfortable enough even like coming with me. A lot of the times, you need to figure out the situation and solve the fucking problem. One way is to get that girl to come home directly with you. The way that that's gonna happen though is she's gonna have to be really into you, and the friends are gonna have to see that she's into you, and the friends are also gonna have to trust that they can leave her with you in your protection, and that it's okay that their friend is going home with a dude that they just met tonight, which takes a lot if you think about it. I mean, think about this. A group of girls is going out to a venue, and you need to run the interaction to a point where they're going to let their girl go off with someone that they just met, and they're gonna be okay with it, and there's no judgment. So most of you dudes just aren't even winning the friend group over enough or getting the girl into you that much. If it's not at a point where the friends are even comfortable with it, it means you probably didn't run as good of a set as you think you did. Now that's only one instance. That's the girl leaving the friend group to come home with you. Let's look at another possible scenario, because like I said, you're gonna need to problem solve this. The other possible scenario, the girl and her friends leave together, the friends get home safely, and then me and the girl go off alone. The earlier on in the interaction I can start to figure out what the situation is, the more time I have in the set. Most of you dudes, you'll run a 1 to 2 hour interaction, the lights come on, and you're starting to go for the pull. Now that you're starting to go for the pull and the girl gives resistance, we're starting to figure out what the situation is. Dude, the club's already closing. The lights are coming on. The lights just flickered. You have 15 minutes. Versus me, 5 to 10 minutes into the interaction, I'm already figuring out who's she here with. Is that your roommate? Or I might even be like, oh, so you guys all came here together? That's lit. Or she'd be like, no, we actually met here. Like, I'm slowly figuring out throughout the interaction what is the situation. Instead of waiting and having 5 minutes to figure this out at the very end of the night, which, by the way, keep in mind, the friend group and the girl, when it's already the end of the night, they already have an idea in their mind of where the night's gonna go from that point. If you've ever been out with a group of friends and let's just say the night was ending, you probably already have some thoughts about what's gonna be going on. That's what they're doing too. So earlier on in the set, I'm already figuring out the situation, because if I have 2 hours with them, I'm gonna utilize the first hour because I don't wanna wait until the club's closing for it to even come to that. Usually when I pull before the club closes. I move to the next thing because I'm leading on high points. The club is never the most lit when the lights are coming on. That's when shit's dying down. They're playing fucking Small Town Girl. Lights are on, sobering up, hungry, finding friends, making plans mentally. You're at a bigger deficit at that point. Versus, let's just say it went like this. Very early on, shit's going up, starting to figure out the situation. Shit's here, already talking about later. Shit's here, throwing out possible ideas. Keep in mind, vibe's still going up, so they're more inclined also to go along with these things. Now look, I might get resistance at this point, but now I already know, okay, this is possible resistance, this is possible resistance, this is what's gonna need to be done, or this is gonna be the solution. Because keep in mind, could be her coming home directly, could be her going home with friends, then coming to get me, could be everybody comes back with me to an after party. So I'm figuring this out around this point, and now I have time to keep vibing. If you're trying to cram this all in 5 minutes and problem solve, it actually comes off pretty fucking try hard and needy and thirsty to get them back. If I'm spreading this out over the course of an hour while I'm in conversation, it's not try hard at all. It's done really subtly throughout the interaction. Because I was like, oh, are you guys all roommates, by the way? How'd you guys get here? Oh, that's what's up. Like, it's subtly throughout the course of the interaction. I have a lot of time under my belt to figure out what's going on, to start figuring out what they might be into, to start figuring out if she's open to coming back with me, if she's open to go getting food with me. And then slowly, as the night progresses, I start to make my move in increments. That's how I can get away with pulling pretty consistently, because I find a set that I'm really into, it hooks, we start vibing, very early on, I'm starting to figure out the situation. If I was gonna try to pull every single night, in the very beginning of the interaction, I'm gonna figure out what is her situation, what is her logistics. Am I actually gonna be able to even pull this girl? Because if my goal is to absolutely pull tonight, well, her situation is actually pretty fucking shitty, and it's not worth playing out another hour just to find out it's not gonna fucking happen.